Hello guys, yes, today I'm going to talk about syntax. You know, what is syntax? Especially, for example, in the University of Benghazi and the Faculty of Languages, English department, they think that the syntax is another subject, which is different from grammar, but it's not. It's a grammar. Syntax is a grammar. Grammar is syntax. Yeah, in the British they call it syntax, and the American grammar, and so on and so forth. It's the same subject but different terminology or different term. Syntax. What we really study in syntax, as you all know, guys, that you in the university and also in post and graduate studies, yeah, you have taken the phonetics and then phonology and then morphology, and then after that syntax. Especially that they say that the subfields of linguistics, phonology, morphology, syntax, grammar, and semantics and pragmatics. In university, we have taken, for example, phonetics and phonology, and then morphology, and then we have taken grammar C, which is the syntax, and then semantics, grammar D, and then grammatics in the grammar D, within the grammar D. So today I'm going to talk about syntax. What really is a syntax? You know that what we study in syntax. As I know that phonetics studies sounds, which are the phonemes, sound segments, and so on and so forth. But morphology study only words, morphemes, free morphemes and bound morphemes, but must be attached to the another morpheme and free morpheme, which is the word itself, and so on and so forth. These words, when they combine to each other, they make phrases. So when we go to phrases or phrases level, we go to study these phrases by syntax. Syntax studies phrases, clauses, and sentences. Or they call it subcharacterization rules, which is go in English from left to right, and from Arabic to right to left, from Chinese vertical, from top to down, and many languages from down to top, and so on and so forth. So the relations between words and phrases. Syntax study the relation between words within a sentence. So, as I told you guys, yes, phrases like, for example, a boy. A boy is a phrase, you know that. A phrase, or noun phrase, you know. So, her noun phrase, and this is the determiner. The boy is playing, for example, football. So, noun phrase, verb phrase, and noun phrase related to each other, you know. This is syntax or grammar, as you said. I think that the best way for analyzing phrases is that what we call it the expire theory, yes, or this tree diagram theory, which is that yes, a sentence like, for example, football is playing football. A boy is playing football, for example. Sentence, noun phrase, and VP means noun phrase, and VB means verb phrase. And here, which is the determiner, which is the a, and N, which is the boy. Okay, and VB consists of V, which is consists of is playing, and NB consists of N, which is football. This true diagram makes you more familiar with the syntactic levels or phrases level. Okay. So in this, actually, in the syntax we study phrases. We have noun phrase, verb phrase, adjective phrase, and a verb phrase. So syntax study the relation between words. Like for example, if I said a cat eats the meat. So here, what makes us put S in here, which is the cat, the subject-verb agreement through a syntactic level, syntactic morphology. Cat eats meat. If we put S in here, this is vanished, and this become a capital, and this is vanished as well. Cats eat meat. So here syntactic put these relations within in a sentence. These relation with words in a sentence. So syntactic, they call it syntactic rule, or also subcharacterizational. The from left to right or from right to left, subcharacterizational rules. So syntax is the grammar, which is the relation between words within a sentence, as I said. So don't be afraid any grammatical sentence in English. You can fox a lot about it, and you will see where's the subject and verb and object, and you can name each phrase. So, sometimes, for example, if I said, for example, her eats, okay, the ugly, or the beautiful, let me say, the pretty, okay, the pretty yellow cat eats the meat. The pretty yellow cat eats the meat. So where's the phrases in here? This is noun phrase, and this is verb phrase, and this is noun phrase. So noun phrases can consist of determiners, which are the articles, and modifier, which is the adjectives and adverbs before and after the noun. So here's the determiner and noun, here's the noun and modifiers, and then determiners as well. So yes, each sentence consists of noun, verb, and sometimes, and all the time, or sometimes, and often consists of the noun, verb, and noun. And so it's very easy to spot the phrases, guys. This is a syntactic relation, and but the relations, this is the relations. If I say, for example, cats, you remove S in here. The pretty yellow cats eat the meat, for example. These are examples for you guys. So this agreement between each and every word in a sentence is the syntax job. It's job, to put the relations in a sentence to make it very meaningful, guys, very meaningful, and so meaningful for us, guys. So let me repeat this, is that yes, we study phonetics before we study any language, because it's the study of sounds, and then we come to a language. First of all, we study the sounds in this language, which is the phonology. Phonology studies the phonemes and all the phones in the language. So we study sounds, and then we come to morphology, which is the study of words. We study morphemes, palm morphemes and free morphemes, stems and roots of the words, only words. We don't have, yes, put them in a sentence, yes, to make them. When we put these words in a sentence, this is a syntax job, which is the agreement, the relationships between these words within a sentence. This is the syntactic job, yeah. Syntax job. We also, these relations call them the morphosyntactic level, which is the morphology and syntax work together to make the sentence, or any sentence, especially in English language, very meaningful. So syntax is the grammar, the nouns and how they behave in English. For example, the plural and the regular plural, and we also sublative, which is for example, go and went. There is no relation between go and went very clearly. So do and did, yeah, I know it's irregular, but it's not that much clearer. It is much clearer, do and did, and but go and went, there is no W and ENT in go, and there is no G and O in went. So this is called sublative, which is the unfamiliar irregularity within words. Like in Arabic, we have said, for example, the plural of imra'a is nisa, so it's sublative. So this is it, guys. All these I'm talking about it is the syntactic job or syntax job. Yes, syntax works in a sentences, within sentences and phrases. And so, for example, phonology makes up and constructs sounds. These sounds put together to make letters or words. Come up to morphology. We study these words and letters. These letters, when they finish, morphology ends its job, go to the phrases, which is the syntactic job. Phrases, clauses, and sentences. We will of the sentences in very big contexts. It's the pragmatics sentence, pragmatics job, or pragmatics. So have phonology, sounds, morphology, words, syntax, or grammar, phrases, clauses, and sentences, and we have semantics, which is the meaning of words, meaning of only word. For example, cat means this little animal, for example, with 4 legs. This is semantics job, to study the meaning of words. And then pragmatics, the meaning of context, yes, or the meaning of sentences, phrases, and so on and so forth. So this is it, guys, for today, is that syntax is grammar, and it's very easy to spot sentences the way I showed you with the tree diagram, which is the S, and every S have an NB and VB consists sometimes of VB and adjective. The adjective phrase adj B, and adverb phrase adv B, and so on and so forth, to spot them or to make them in your visual memory in your head. You can analyze or imagine these sentences and break them, So thank you guys for listening.